a chance to enjoy the summer and had some well-planned vacation and time with your families as well. I know I've had a little bit, and it's been good to be able to recharge and get focused for the second half of the year. So I'm going to go and get us started. So real quick to walk you through what I want to talk to you all about this afternoon. So I want to revisit, make sure everyone is familiar with our vision and strategy as an organization and how that ties into our objectives and goals for the year. We're going to talk a little bit about some membership demographics and really a PSPS by the numbers, if you will, looking over the last few years to see how we have grown and evolved as an organization. And talk about our brand awareness and initiative, our relationship with HR people and strategy, and then just recap kind of the exciting programs that we've had and what we've got planned for the rest of the year, as well as the Leadership Forum. And from there, we'll then open it up into questions. So hopefully many of you are familiar with this graphic and information. So this is really what our strategic plan is for the next several years, which is, we want to be the premier professional organization for HR and business leaders in the greater Philadelphia area. And the ways with which we want to go about doing that are focused in 3 pillars, if you will. So we want to strengthen our brand and raise our brand awareness of who PSPS is in the greater Philadelphia area. Focus on people and strategy trends that are, important topics to our membership and to our industries, and explore the future of human capital and how that continues to evolve and grow with the changes in our businesses. And some of the ways you'll see at the bottom of the slide we want to do that is around focusing on best practice sharing and benchmarking, making sure that everyone has an opportunity for learning and growth both personally and professionally, and continuing to expand upon the network opportunities within the organization so that we can learn from each other and build those best practices. The what and how of how we do this is really our objectives, goals, strategies, and measures. So tying this into our mission that you'll see at the top, but really focused around some key objectives, increasing our member and our sponsor value, strengthening our brand, and implementing the task force recommendations that our Human Capital Task Force put together in their white paper just a few years ago. And so we tie from there what our goals are. We continue to have a goal of 350 members, and we'll talk a little bit about how we're doing against that goal. And with a retention rate of 85%, a sponsorship, which is a key driver for us from a financial standpoint, our goal is $80,000. And our Leadership Forum goal is we would like to get to 500 registrations on a consistent basis. So these objectives and goals is what our board uses to determine their strategies and measures on how are we going to achieve these, and we review those on a regular basis, and that's what drives a lot of the programming and a lot of the work that they do. So speaking of the board, this slide shows you, hopefully you're familiar with all the names and faces on this slide. This is the talented group of individuals that I have the pleasure of working with on a regular basis to really work forward in making PSPS the great organization that it is. We meet monthly with the exception of July, so every month we get together as a board for an hour and a half to connect on some key items and strategies around the organization, how we want to move things forward, and in between there we're checking in with each other on email as well as connecting in our committee calls and our events. So this group of individuals, they work tirelessly on the behalf of all of our members to make PSPS a great organization and ensure that as members you're getting value in your membership and that we're delivering quality programs and opportunities and really delivering on our key vision and mission and moving forward the PSPS brand. So as we talk a little bit about what does our membership look like, this slide has a lot of different interesting data points for individuals. we strive for a balance of roughly between 70% in-house practitioners and 30% of, external consultants and service providers. And I'm pleased to share that, right now we sit at 81% in-house and 19% external consultants and service providers. So a good, healthy balance to our organization. And those individuals come from varying member company sizes and varying industries. And most sit, are 20 or more years of experience within the field of HR or their business practice. And many of them are generalists, although we do have some specialists focused in that in our organization as well. So this slide starts a little bit about our review around kind of where we've been and where we've gone. So from a total membership standpoint, if you recall, I said our goal is 350 members. As of June 30th, we actually sit at 289 members, so doing well and continuing that growth trajectory here. There's a dip in 2013. You're actually going to see this somewhat consistently on a number of the slides with the data that I share this afternoon. And when you think about where our economy was in 2013, we didn't have a full recovery at that point from the 2008-2009 recession. We really hadn't, in the U.S., built up and recovered from that. There was a lot of slow economic growth. And then when you got into 2013, there were changes, that we saw globally in the economy in UK and in China and other countries that certainly contributed to, from a global perspective, a weakened and stressed economy, and that had an impact on our businesses and certainly had an impact on folks in terms of membership and their ability to, as you'll see in later slides, get out of the office, if you will, and focus on development and attending programs and networking. This, we like to look at where we're doing in terms of new members and what that growth looks like. And so in the blue bar, you'll see our full members, and in the red bar, our in-transition members. So kind of separating out full-paying members from those that have joined us in that 6-month in-transition membership status. And you'll see that, in-transition, grew quite a bit, and it seems to kind of be leveling off, and happy to see that our full members have, grown, especially since 2013. We want to make sure that all of our members are familiar and aware, the way to get that new member number continuing to grow and really reach our 350 target is we need all of your help. Our member referral is a great opportunity for you to share the value of PSPS membership with your colleagues and your friends. And for every person that you bring into the organization that, lists you when they join as their referral, you'll get a $30 reduction on your membership renewal for the next year. So great way to benefit you personally and really benefit our organization in sharing the information about PSPS and what value we bring to you in your career growth. Membership retention, as you recall, is something we also talked about and is important to us. We target 85%, and so we've got a little bit of a dip in 2015 in terms of total full members. And you'll see a difference, again, changed colors and types a little bit on this graph. So the blue is all members. So all members means full paying members and in-transition members. If you take out the in-transition members, that red bar will show you where the full members are. And so we want to focus in growing the full membership retention to more at the 85% target where we want to be as an organization. Part of that information that we shared, and we looked at that, and our focus around in-transition members is we know that that's a period of change for folks, and we really want to be supportive and help them transition through that period of time and connect them with folks, but at the same time also want to make sure that they're getting the value of the PSPS membership during their time with us. We looked at data our membership committee reviewed with the full board. And where we stand today is we allow folks to join our organization at a 6-month membership at no cost. And they get full membership access. So they attend quarterly programs for a very small fee. I think it's $12 to $15. But they can attend our LANs, our SIGs. They get full access to the membership side of our website, can join committees, and get membership rates for our larger events. And we do this because we want to be supportive, and our goal is to convert those in-transition members to full-paying members. Unfortunately, as we reviewed data for the last few years, what we found was only about 3% of our in-transition members were ever converting to full members, and some of that may have been because they hadn't landed yet, but others who had landed still didn't, once they landed, come back to become full-paying members of PSPS. And some of that, we believe, is because depending on when you came in your membership to be in that 6-month period, it would depend on what types of programming and opportunities that we were offering beyond, the calendar of our SIGs and our LANs, and certainly our in-transition SIG meets pretty regularly to support those folks. So if you came in, as an in-transition member in April or May, and you were there for 6 months, you may have had the opportunity to attend one quarterly program. Depending on the timing of the leadership forum, you may or may not have had the opportunity to attend at the member rate. And so you might have had limited opportunity to experience some of our events and our networking opportunities where we hear consistently from our members that there is a lot of value in coming to those. So as an organization, we felt that it made more sense to move to offering in-transition members 1 full year of membership, but still at a discounted price, so $125 versus the $225, which is the full price. And we eliminated the nominal fee that folks had to pay to attend quarterly programs. And part of that we had in place because the 6-month membership was at no cost. So they continue to get all of the full access to all of the member benefits and the membership rate, but it gives them more time to experience the full value of membership. And we hope that this change will result in more members continuing to join at the full paying membership after they've transitioned in that year. It also gives them more time to experience PSPS and meet our members and get the value, and more time to continue to focus on their own job search and land in a good spot. We're going to make this change as of September 1st, so we announced it a little bit earlier in our quarterly newsletter. I had mentioned it in the President's column, and we're sharing it today. We'll also be updating our website for that information. And Ann Dunn and Shelley Patente, who run our in-transition group, have also been sharing that message with our members as well, making sure people, understand the changes and that, they're able to join us. We think this is a really great benefit that we offer to folks, and $125 is really an investment in yourself and your own growth and development from a professional and personal standpoint. So as I shared previously, we've got about 289 members as of June 30th, and when you look at our total members, 21% of those members are currently volunteering for the association in some way. They could be sitting on our board of directors, they could be sitting on a committee like membership, sponsorship, leadership forum, programs, community connections, or marketing, or they could be SIG or LAN leaders or helping out in interview skills workshops and some of our other community connection and outreach initiatives. So it's a good number, but we'd love to see that number grow. And I've had a number of folks tell us that they found increased value of their membership by joining a committee and serving in a leadership role in some way. It's allowed them to get more connected to individuals in our organization and into the greater Philadelphia community. And certainly from an in-transition standpoint, we've got a number of folks that have shared that same messaging, and some have also, ended up joining our board at a later stage as well. So I would really encourage you, if you've got some time, to find a way to get more involved in the association. There's information on our website about the different committees. Some of them meet monthly, some of them meet quarterly. It varies in terms of commitments and time. There might be opportunities within community connections and our outreach initiatives like the interviewing skills workshop, and things that we partner with the Women's Resource Center as ways to also get involved as kind of a once and done, if that is more up your alley and fits into your schedule versus a continual commitment. So certainly would love to speak with you and tell you more about ways to get involved and enhance the value of your membership. So turning to programs and attendance, we have continued to see a really great upward trend in attendance of our programs over the last few years. In 2012, we had 7 programs, which included a webinar, so just to kind of put some of these numbers in perspective. And in 2013, we held 5 programs, so there were 2 fewer programs provided. And when I talk about programs, I'm talking specifically about our quarterly programs, our holiday party, our summer networking program, some of those bigger ones. We don't officially track attendance for our SIG and our LAN meetings, so we know that this number actually is greater than what is presented here on this slide. In 2014, we really started to increase our programming. We had 8 programs and introduced our Human Capital Analytics Forum. And you can see, the numbers go up from there. And then in 2015, we actually held 9 programs, including 3 Human Capital Analytics Forums. And so we continue to see that number go up. We've continued to align our programming with the output of the Human Capital Task Force, making sure that what we're delivering is business and HR relevant for the membership. And people are, we continue to see growth in that from the quality of our speakers as well as the attendance at our events. For Leadership Forum in 2012, we had Dan Pink, and so, with a really big, huge push, we were able to get just above that 500 mark, which is really where our goal is, where we want to be as an organization. In 2013, Dan Heath was our speaker, and again, as I shared in prior slides, you see kind of a constant theme in the 2013, which I think really is tied more to what was going on in the global economy and how it impacted employees and their ability to get out of the office to attend events, and financially how businesses were supporting those types of educational and training initiatives. In 2004, we were at 424, and then just last year at 400. So a good trend, good marks here. 400 has been kind of our sweet spot, if you will, and so we continue to strive to 500. Probably don't, if we move to greater than 500, which would be ideal, we are going to have to find a new location because the Crystal Tea Room would probably max out at that in terms of what our comfort would be from the optimal size, space, and viewing area. But really excited for the growth and where we're going. Really pleased with what these numbers look like and the opportunity we have for them. Leadership Forum is another one of our primary drivers from a revenue standpoint. I'm going to talk a little bit about those 3 main categories in a few minutes around income for the association. So from a net income standpoint, you'll see a little bit of a dip in 2014, and what that really was not a decrease in attendance, but more we added new things to the event itself. So we started videoing some of our board members to add information on our website. We actually have kind of a preview Leadership Forum video. Hopefully all of you have seen that video where you get to see the audience in the room and have some, short little excerpts from some of our members in attendance about why they come to that event. So we made a big investment from a marketing standpoint in investing in Leadership Forum and how we wanted to use that in our website and other marketing materials. So that's really where that net income change in 2014 is being driven from. So several years ago, we made a change to move from PHRPS to PSPS, and surprisingly, still I get some questions about, well, why did we change our name? And we changed it for a couple of reasons, so I just want to spend a few minutes reminding folks why we made that change and then really talking about, how we can continue to increase brand awareness. So the intent of that change was we as an organization we're looking to be even more inclusive than we already were of individuals wanting to join. So we had a lot of folks come to us to say, I really like your programs. I'm really interested in some of the things you do, but according to your membership criteria and the way that the organization is set up, it sounds like it's really just an HR organization. And I sit in business, and I have responsibility for people and strategy, but I'm not in HR, so can I still come? Can I still be a member? And our intent was never to be an exclusive group. It was to be inclusive. And so that launched a huge initiative where we held focus groups with members and did surveys and really talked about what do we want our name and our brand to reflect. We're not looking to get away from the HR focus, and we'll talk a few minutes about how we still are very focused around that through our relationship with HR people and strategy, but wanted to make sure that the name of the organization didn't turn people away who were really interested in the content and the topics and networking with us. And so that is what drove the change to move to the Philadelphia Society of People of Strategy, and we added the tagline, driving business value through people, just a few short years ago. We still, though, are probably the best kept secret in the Philadelphia area, and some of you I've had conversations with and may already remember that conversation I've had, because people stumble upon us. They know somebody on the board that recommends the organization. They're in transition, they get connected to someone, and that's how they learn about PSPS. And so we've embarked on a mission over the last few years to really start to build our brand awareness in the community. We've started to engage folks through LinkedIn, through Twitter, through Facebook, through our website. We rebranded and did an overhaul of our website just 2 years ago. So all of these things we've been focused on in building our brand, and you'll see as we talk in the next couple of marketing slides the other ways we're trying to do that. And we continue to evolve. We continue to make sure that how do we let more people know about the great stuff we do. I hear people come to our programs after they've learned about the organization and they've been invited, and such comments that make me so proud to be the president of this organization as they talk about how warm and welcoming our members are to new folks that come in for the first time, and how they see that we genuinely like and care about each other. Someone said to me, like, everybody's hugging and saying hello, and they've been so, welcoming, helpful, offer to introduce me to folks, that they felt that they hadn't seen that in other organizations. So I think we should take a lot of pride in that. And that was part of what led to us wanting to change our name, and we need to continue to build that brand awareness in the marketplace so that more folks have the opportunity to experience what our members already do. One of our primary methods of communication with everybody is through our newsletter. So we send a newsletter to everybody that is in our database, which is pretty much anyone who has ever attended a program, even if they're not a member. So we get a really large population that gets the PSPS newsletter. We've got about a 9% open rate, so that's the number in red. When you look at the number of folks, you think about our total number of members versus those numbers there in terms of open. Certainly members are opening. I would hope that a lot of that is members, but we're seeing non-members open as well, and it's a number that we're continuing to focus on is how do we grow that, and some of that is they might see what's in their main email window, but they're not clicking through and getting further. And so while we're happy to see, in just last quarter, 432 people opened the newsletter, it's an area that we continue to strive to grow those openings so we make sure that we're reaching more folks. On social media, we've got 1,158 likes on our Facebook page, so if you haven't joined our Facebook page, please do so. It's another great way to connect with us. We've got 645 Twitter followers, and we try to tweet out our events, and we encourage our members at our programs and whatnot to be tweeting out their thoughts about speakers and topics as a way to continue to have that connection and continue the conversation. We've also got 933 members in our LinkedIn group and looking to continue to grow that, and another opportunity for folks to post questions and articles and ways to engage with our community. Our other primary driver of information is our website, peopleandstrategy.org. Hopefully all of you have that bookmarked in your favorites. And so I took a snapshot of the site in case you haven't visited recently, and wanted to share some interesting statistics that we had about where we're at. So our page views are up by 13.5%, and our pages per session is up almost 19%, but you'll see an increase in our average session duration, a decrease in our bounce rate, which is a good thing. It means people aren't leaving after they've visited just the first page they land on. And then the number of unique users has decreased. So that's a number I think that as a board we want to focus on, is how do we bring more unique users to our website. You know, what we're finding is people are coming to the website, they find the information that they need in, you know, a few minutes and few clicks, which is good, but we want folks to spend a little bit more time there, and you know, our marketing committee is looking at ways to make sure that our website is dynamic and engaging in meeting the needs of our members. So I mentioned earlier, from an income standpoint, you know, there's three main drivers of income for us as an association. So membership dues obviously is a primary driver. Our sponsorship dollars is a large component for us, and then the revenue, the net income we receive from our leadership forum is also a primary driver. And those three allow us to plan our programs for the year, and it's what helps us manage our costs. So we are, you know, to my knowledge, the only organization in the Philadelphia area that doesn't charge a fee for you to attend a quarterly program if you're a member. I know a number of them ask, you know, $25 or $50 for every program that they offer, where we look at it to say, as a member, we're going to provide this benefit to you at no cost. We charge for the leadership forum. There's a lot more involved with putting that organization on, and we pay for that speaker. So there's costs associated with that and the holiday party, but generally speaking, all of our member benefits are provided at no additional cost to our members, and we really strive to keep it that way. We've not raised dues in a number of years, and so we focused on these other two drivers around sponsorship and leadership forum revenue as ways to supplement that and continue our programming. And I would be remiss if I didn't take some time to thank our sponsors, because without these individuals on this page, a lot of what we do wouldn't be possible, because we are reliant on them as our partners to help us deliver the programming, the website, the member benefits that we provide. So thank you to all of you that are on the call and listen to the webcast afterwards. We could not do what we do without you. We truly value your partnership with us and appreciate that you are along for the long-term commitment of helping to see HR grow as an organization, our HR organization grow, as well as advancing HR within the businesses, because a lot of our sponsors are very active in our committees and our SIGs and LANs, wanting to help drive the industry forward, which I think is really great. I mentioned earlier that we have a relationship with HR People and Strategy. So they, for a long time, were a standalone organization, and we have a long history of being an affiliate chapter of HRPS. This ties into our strategic mission, where we talk about wanting to stay on top of people and strategy trends and the future of human capital and best practice sharing. I sit on the president's affiliate presidents meetings that meet quarterly, and we all come together to share best practices of what we're doing in terms of membership, in terms of speakers and programs, and ways that we go about providing value to our organization. So it's a great networking opportunity. It's a great opportunity to share tips and tricks and whatnot. So HR People and Strategy a few years ago became affiliated with SHRM. And so as you see in their tagline, they're considered SHRM's executive network. And one of the values you get about being a member of HR People and Strategy is you get a complimentary SHRM membership. So no longer do you need to pay for an HR People and Strategy membership and a SHRM membership. When you pay as HR People and Strategy, you get SHRM as well. In addition, there's a number of benefits that you get as an HR People and Strategy member, executive networking at some of their programs, and I've been to their annual conference earlier this year in April, and I went to their Strategic HR Forum last year, and they're really great events with small, intimate groups, so they're not thousands of people as if you go to the large SHRM conference. There are a couple hundred people, very senior level HR executives throughout the nation. It's a great way to connect and build your network on a national level. So I'd really encourage you to attend one of their conferences. Their next main conference is the Strategic HR Forum, Aligning Culture and Strategy to Drive Business Success, which is going to be October 23rd to 25th in Boston. So I hope that I see many of you there at that event. They also provide industry trends and news. They've got a journal, a quarterly journal, book summaries, white papers. They've got People and Strategy Smart Brief, which is twice a week. This news brief that comes out with different articles that have been published is a really nice, short way to kind of scan through and see what articles that might have been in the Wall Street Journal or other websites might be of relevance to you. And then obviously a members online directory. I would really encourage you to look more into HR People and Strategy and become a member. We see a lot of value in being affiliated with them, and this relationship continues to grow and evolve with them in ways that we can continue to work together. They've been very impressed with our organization and the work that we have done. The Human Capital Task Force and their white paper has been a lot of interest to the other affiliate chapters and to HRPS. And Raymond Lee, who is our VP of Programs, also serves as the chair for the Affiliate President's Council. So we should be really honored that he has been asked to sit in that role as well. So I will tell you that attending those meetings on behalf of PSPS is another really proud moment for me, because we are one of the largest and leading affiliate chapters of HRPS. So our 2016 program lineup, I hope that you have had the opportunity to make some of these great programs. We are already halfway through our year and getting ready for September 22nd. That actually should say our Q4 program. I guess I wasn't paying attention when I was typing the other night. Leading with Intention, Every Moment is a Choice with Mindy Hall. So this is going to be a really great program. We are really excited about this. It's in King of Prussia, I believe. So I hope that I will have the opportunity to see many of you at this event. If you register by September 9th, you will receive a free copy of Mindy's book, Leading with Intention, Every Moment is a Choice. So if you haven't registered yet, please go to the website and do so and make sure that you get there in time to get her free book. You have to be present at the program in order to actually pick up the book. So if you register and aren't able to attend, we won't be shipping those books out to folks. Our next Human Capital Analytics Forum is going to be in October. We're tossing around some dates middle of the month, and we'll get that out to folks as soon as we have it. November 2nd is our Leadership Forum. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then December 1st is our ever-popular holiday party. We moved it up this year, hoping not to conflict with other organizations and not with any other holiday schedules and religious holidays. So looking forward to seeing folks at that event as well. I think, you know, everybody enjoys coming together at the end of the year to celebrate the accomplishments and just as a chance to be social and connect with everyone. And finally, our 2016 Leadership Forum, we're so excited. We're actually celebrating our 10th Leadership Forum this year, and we're going to do some fun recognition and whatnot at the event. So you don't want to miss this. The early bird registration price ends tomorrow. So if you haven't registered, again, at the end of our webinar, hop on our website and go sign up so you can get that early bird discount. That's available for individual tickets as well as whole tables. So, you know, get a group of 10 of your colleagues and friends together and buy a table as well. Would love to see as many people there. Remember, our goal is 500. You do not have to be an HR professional to join our Leadership Forum. Liz Wiseman, who is our speaker, and her topic is related to anybody sitting in business and focusing on people. So we're really excited to have Liz join us this year. You know, this event is probably our signature event. more than 50% of folks that attend are director or VP or level or above. And, you know, it's exciting, as I announced at the HRPS President's meeting a few months ago that Liz was our speaker. Come to find out she's going to be at the Arizona affiliate speaking as well, and I had several presidents come up to me afterwards wanting to know how they could get connected with her, and we're interested in bringing her to their organization. We've got a great history of leadership forum speakers that we've seen then come elsewhere, having been at the Strategic HR Forum for HRPS last year. Linda Hall was one of their speakers, and hopefully many of you were there when she was our speaker a few years ago, and Ram Sharan was also there, and he was our speaker several years ago as well. So, you know, kudos to our Leadership Forum committee and our teams that help bring these talented and just really highly acclaimed and nationally recognized thought leaders to our organization, because we are certainly well regarded in that respect. And this is definitely, if there's one event that you want to put on your calendar and come to this year, it is definitely the Leadership Forum. So I am looking forward to seeing all of you there as we celebrate 10 years of this fantastic event. So with that, I am going to open it up to questions. As Raymond had shared, there's a Q&A feature on your screen. So if you want to type in some questions, we're happy to go from there. And Raymond, I think you were going to look into them and help facilitate if there were any.
Yep, I am. And so great presentation, Kelly. And I'll tell you, in true fashion, Kelly always gives us time back on our calendar, whether it's our monthly board meetings. We're always 5 to 10 minutes early. And so, Kelly, thanks for giving us great information in such a short period of time. Well done.
Thanks. Sometimes I think I might be too speedy, but
no, it's fantastic. We have a really nice audience here today, so if you have any questions, if you would mind posting any questions that you have in the Q&A panel here at the bottom. We're happy to field any questions that you all have. We certainly have plenty of time to answer any questions, so we'll give folks a couple of minutes here. And I'm sure you see the kudos coming in, Kelly. There's a lot of nice remarks. Great job. So thanks everyone for sharing those. That's really nice.
Yes, thank you. I'm so proud to be president of this organization. We have such amazing board members and to work with and members in our organization, and just it gives me a lot of pride in hearing people talk about the value that they get in the organization, the people that they meet. It's one of my most favorite things is hearing people say how much they enjoy the work that we provide, the programs we provide, and the work that we do.
And we're always looking for more committee members. I mean, that's certainly something that if you're interested in getting involved, reach out to one of the board members, reach out to Kelly or myself. There are opportunities to join a committee even mid-year if you're interested. So, you know, definitely reach out to us. We have a question. I don't know if you see it. It's what subcommittees need more volunteers? Do we have a sense of that? I had a feeling someone was going to ask that as a lead-in or follow-on. Do we know what committees we could use? I did. Do you know what committees we could use some help?
Sure. So I think, generally speaking, all of our committees can always use more help. They're never going to turn away someone that's looking to volunteer. I think membership and sponsorship are two of the key ones right now that could use some additional support. So if you're interested in joining those committees, if you go onto our website, on the committee section, you'll see the contacts for each of the board members there, and you can reach out to them directly, or you're welcome to reach out directly to me, and I am happy to get you connected. But just, you know, real quickly, if I can, I'll run through the various committees. So membership, I think that one's pretty self-explanatory, you know, looking on how we can grow our membership base and make sure that we're retaining our existing members. Sponsorship, you know, how do we, again, bring in new sponsors as well as retain our existing sponsors, which are a key element to driving our organization forward. Community Connections is another one of our committees. They focus a lot on our outreach, so our interviewing skills workshop, things with the Women's Resource Center, interviewing at Drexel with their executive MBA program, different opportunities that we look to connect with the community and give back. So there's another opportunity for folks to get involved. Marketing, so looking at ways to expand the marketing and the brand awareness for PSPS and all of our events. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head to make sure I'm not forgetting others. Leadership Forum, obviously, they are responsible for identifying and recommending our Leadership Forum speaker to the board, and then working around the marketing and engagement and awareness around that. And then last but not least is Programs, and that committee is pretty robust in terms of their scope. So planning our 4 quarterly programs, our SIGs and LANs fall under the program committee, so the Human Capital Analytics Forum, our Talent Management SIG, our Executive Coaching SIG, and all of our LANs fall under there as well. So they organize and plan all of those events, as well as the holiday party and the networking event. So six committees that you can join. There are also subcommittees. So under the Community Connections is the mentoring program. So if you're interested in doing mentoring, that's a subcommittee underneath Community Connections that you can become involved in, or the interviewing skills workshop. So there's lots of different ways to get involved, whether it's on a committee or saying I don't have the time to commit on a regular basis, but I would love to come to the interview skills that day event. We can put you on those types of lists as well. Great question.
Any other questions before we wrap up? And again, if you don't have any questions that come to mind, Kelly, I'm sure you'd welcome anyone reaching out or anyone to the board if you have any questions or want to follow up. We certainly encourage that. Kelly, did you mention the fact that we do use Seamless Events to do our event planning? I'm sure most people know that, but
well, I didn't, and thank you for reminding me. That is my mistake. So we are blessed to work with a great team at Seamless Events, who is our association management company. So Stephanie and Brenda work tirelessly on our behalf. They may be the ones responding to your initial email inquiries when you email info@peopleandstrategy.org. They're helping us at the registration tables and all of those different events. So thank you, Brenda, and thank you, Stephanie, for all that you do for our organization. They really help make everything well organized, and not to have a pun here, but they do make it look very seamless.
Well said. Well said. Well, on that note, I think we've given multiple opportunities to ask questions, and we got some really nice feedback. Kelly got some really nice feedback, so really nice job. Thanks, everyone. We did record, so the presentation will be available for rebroadcast later, so keep an eye out for that. And any closing remarks, Kelly, before we wrap up for today?
Thanks, everybody, for joining. I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule, and like Raymond said, I like to try to give people time back in their day. I hope that I see you at our September 22nd program with Mindy Hall. If not there, then I hope that I will see you at the Leadership Forum on November 2nd. If not before then, but please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me with thoughts, comments, suggestions. I want to hear from you. I want to know what's going well and what are other ideas that you have for us to continue to grow the association. Our board works on your behalf, and so we really want to hear from you. So thanks, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon.
All right, take care.